Hello everyone, Jacquie Edwards here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about starting your rent-to-rent business with no money. Now, I know this is kind of a worrying topic for a lot of people. I hear every day that, people want to get started in rent-to-rent, but they've got no money. And I want to start off by saying, rent to rent is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a no money down scheme. It's like every other business. You have to, put the time in, you have to put the money in. It's not like buying a property where you need the cash for like a big deposit to buy a property. So it's less cash than that, but it's not free. You need to have some money to get started. But it doesn't have to be your money. That's the key thing right there. Now, most rent-to-renters, in order to make money from rent-to-rent, they need to find landlords, then they need to find tenants, and then they make the money. If you don't already have money to kind of get started, you just need to add one more step in there, and you need to find investors. Now, finding investors is all about building relationships. They talk about property as being a people business, and this is just one more aspect of that people business. So you need to get your relationship skills going, because it's not just walking up to people and saying, I've got a great deal. So I see this happen. You go to a network meeting and somebody comes up to you like, hi, my name's Joe. I've got this really great deal and I just need 5,000 pounds. And you're like, hey Joe, who are you and what's going on? And I don't really care about a great deal. That's not the way to do it. And it's the same thing that happens on Facebook is people put this post on there and be like, I've got this really great deal, PM me for more information. Like what? How many people really PM that person? Now, of course, there are some, but they're probably usually the newbies and the tire kickers, because you don't know that person. They could be anyone, anywhere. Like, what? Why am I going to give some random stranger 5,000 pounds because he says he's got a good deal? Like, first of all, I don't know what's in it for me. What does a good deal mean? Like, your idea of a good deal might be different than my idea of a good deal, and what's going on? You've never just given somebody $5,000 or any amount of money just because they said, hey, this is good. Like, you walk into a phone shop, right? You want to buy a new mobile phone. The guy's like, hey, I've got this really great deal. Just 500 pounds. You give me this and you'll get a great deal. Like, what's the deal? Like, you don't know what kind of phone it is. You don't know if it's a really good deal. You don't know what's happening. Like, you don't just give that guy 500 pounds. And you've actually already got a small level of trust in him because you know he works for the mobile phone shop. So you assume that he's had some training and knows what he's doing. And that's basically what you're doing. You're going out there and being like, got a great deal. Give me 5,000 pounds without actually building that relationship. You haven't given them any value. You haven't given them a reason of why they should trust you. So you need to kind of dial it back. So first of all, investors, they don't care about a great deal. They care about what's in it for them. So, are they getting a 10% return on investment? Are they getting 200 pounds a month? You have to really figure out what the benefit is for that investor of working with you. And, this takes a little bit of time in pretty much any business in any industry. This is one of the key things that trips people up, is figuring out what's the benefit for your customer. So what's the benefit for your investor? What's the benefit for your landlord, for your tenant when you're starting to market and sell to them as well? These are the things you need to be thinking of. So for an investor, the benefit is like, what are they getting? They're going to get 200 pounds a month. They're going to get a 10% return on their investment. Whatever it is, that's kind of where you need to start listing those things out. And you need to spend time. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. You need to be going and adding value every single time you go to a networking meeting or every single time you log into a Facebook page. How are you helping other people? How are you sharing your knowledge and showing your expertise and just adding value? Because that's how people are going to get to know, like, and trust you. They want to see you out there. They want to kind of hear what you've done. And it's not, going to a networking meeting and being like, oh, me. These are all the awesome things I've done. It's like, oh, what are you working on? How can I help you? What are you interested in, Mr. Potential Investor? And building the relationship from there, because people love to talk about themselves. And they want you to feel like you understand them and that you know them and you see them and that you know exactly what they want. And which means that they think you're going to provide them exactly what they want. And you have a lot better chance of giving them exactly what they want if you know exactly what they want because you've built up that relationship with them. So it's not an instant overnight thing. You're not just going to go out and be like, oh, you want to invest in me? Okay, great. Here's 5,000 pounds. Away we go. Life is great. Now I'll get 20 million deals. If this is something you want to do, if you believe that rent to rent is going to change your life, it's going to give you the freedom that you need, it's going to give you the income you need to, quit your job, support your family, to make sure you're not reliant on, other people in the economy, on a job to kind of support yourself. You want to take control and you're serious about it, then you need to make sure that you're ready to put in the time and the effort that it takes to build these relationships. It doesn't have to be hard, but it does just take thinking about, it does take a strategy, and it does take effort to get it done and build those relationships. So if you don't have any money, you need to start building relationships. Like, you can still be doing viewings, you can still be researching your gold mine area, you can still be doing all of those things, but on top of that, or right next to it, you need to be getting out there. You need to be going to networking meetings, as many as you can, ideally in your local area. You need to be getting on Facebook groups, and you need to be contributing to those discussions. Not just saying, I've got a deal, I've got a deal, I've got a deal. You need to be saying, looking at people's questions and being like, I can answer that question. Even if you have no experience and you've not invested before, you've got the education, you've been watching my videos, you've been watching other people's videos, you've got the knowledge. Share that with other people so that they can see, this is somebody that knows what they're doing. I'll keep my eye on them. And then maybe you'll post a deal and you'll do it properly. And that person will be like, oh my gosh, that person answered my questions so well. They obviously know what they're doing. Let me talk to them a little bit more about this deal they've got. So build those relationships. Give that value, give that knowledge and assistance to people. Another option is maybe you can work with a more experienced investor. So you help out on their portfolio for a little while. You say, what can I do to help you? Maybe you find them a few tenants, or you do a little bit of handyman work and painting or decorating on their properties. And they get to know, like, and trust you. And then you've got somebody there, and who better to invest in you than somebody that's kind of almost trained you and like helped you to, get your foot in the door. You've got that person that you've worked for. They know you know what you're doing. They've seen you kind of learn and grow and be super helpful. And you've built that relationship, and they might be ready to kind of invest with you. So there's so many options out there. Don't close your mind off by saying, I don't have any money, I can't do it. Because as soon as you say that, you close all the doors and all the opportunities are gone. Because your brain stops looking because it just thinks, I don't know, I can't do it, done. If you start thinking, how can I build relationships? How can I find investors? How can I add value to other people so that they're ready to add value to me? And when you start thinking those things, the ideas will start flowing. And all you need to do is try them. Not all of them are going to work, but the more you try and the more you get out there, the better you're going to do. And the more investors you're going to have, and the better you're going to build your business. So get out there and start building relationships, and I will see you in the next video.